Hi, Orange Girl here with a different kind of Scrappy video for you today. I am doing a Scrappy tag on YouTube and with Miranda and with Amy, and so all of the information will be below this video and you can kind of see what it's all about, but we have 10 questions that each of us are going to answer. And so anyway, I'm not used to being like my face on camera or anything, so this is kind of different for me, but here we go. So the first question is, what was your favorite item that you used in 2019? And I'm going to go ahead and say that these kind of questions are sometimes really hard for me to answer because I tend to like all the things. So I would say probably my most favorite item wasn't really an item, it was just kind of maybe a technique or something that I did, which was I did a lot of fussy cutting in 2019. And probably something that was kind of new to me a little bit was that I not only fussy cut out of paper, I also, any ephemera pieces that I didn't think I was going to use, I didn't have any problem cutting those up. And so I would say probably my favorite item that I used was fussy cutting, all of the things. I don't think that will go away anytime soon either. So what item did I use in 2019 that was new, and did I like it? That's the next question. I think the only thing I could think of that I used that was new, like a completely new product to me, was Vicki Boutin's pigment, powdered pigments, and it was new to me, so I think it was something new, a new product last year. And I only used it a couple of times because I really haven't done as much mixed media this year as I have in the past. And so I would say that I did like it and I will use it again. I just haven't used it enough to feel super comfortable using it yet. The next question is, what was your least favorite item that I used in 2019? And that's really hard for me because I like everything. It hasn't been a collection that I've purchased that I haven't been able to make something out of. I can't think of anything. So I'm going to kind of cheat a little bit on this one and just say the most boring thing is adhesive. So you have to use it, but it's boring. I don't really think I have anything that I didn't like to use. Just so you know, I do still kind of have a cold, so I apologize if I end up coughing because the more I talk, the more I cough. And also on my computer in front of me are all the questions, and so if you see me kind of looking down at that is what I'm doing. So my next question was, what was my my favorite layout that I made in 2019? And I really have no idea. So I kind of went back and scrolled through some old layouts that I did, layouts that I did this year, and I think probably there's one that kind of stands out to me that I really enjoyed a lot, and I think it was called Colorful You, and I know that I used Coco Vanilla Studios Happiness Collection, and it was a picture of my daughter, and I'll try to edit it in so you can see it in the video, but it was a photograph of my daughter in a suit, and it has all these butterflies that kind of go up the page, and I loved that layout. That was one of my favorites. Very colorful, rainbow kind of looking thing. So I sewed each of the butterflies. I fussy cut all the butterflies out, and then I also sewed each one of them down through the center in the same color of thread as the butterfly. So what was my favorite collection and my favorite designer in 2019? Another really hard question. I can't ever pick those because I love all the things, which is why I am broke and I have all of these things full of pattern paper because there's no possible way I could ever use all of the things that I purchase. But I would say I liked all the usual stuff. I loved Paige Evans collections. I loved all the Coco Vanilla stuff. Everything Crate Paper has ever made pretty much I've loved. So those are just a couple of things off the top of my head that I really, really liked. So now that we've kind of talked a little bit about 2019, we're going to move into the next set of questions, which are all about 2020 and kind of like looking ahead. So what is one scrappy goal for 2020? More, I think, is my 2020 goal. I probably didn't scrap as much this year, or maybe the better word would be as often, especially the last probably 4 or 5 months. Part of it was because life was just getting in the way, but I just didn't make time for it. And it really is a stress reliever, reducer for me. It is a way that I get out that stress of day-to-day life and work and all that sort of stuff. And so I know and I realize that I really need to do it more often. So instead of, powering through and making several layouts on a Saturday, like actually just do it more regularly in my life. So that is probably my biggest goal. What's one item that I'd like to use more of in 2020? And I think I kind of alluded to this already, my stash. Like, I think, like, I have all of these black things. This whole row is full of paper. And so some of it's all different kinds of collections from all different parts of my life. Meaning from when I very first started scrapping, probably there's some stuff in there, till more recent things. And so I have a really hard time not buying all of this stuff because I love it all. Like I kind of said that earlier. So I have a really hard time not purchasing things. So that means that I have a lot of stash, especially since the last year or so I haven't scrapped as often, or at least the last 4 months or so. And so since I haven't scrapped as often, that means it's kind of building up. Now, this does not mean that I won't be buying new things. It just means, because have you seen like some of the new sneaks of the new collections that are coming out? There's no way I'm not going to make them, or I'm not going to buy them. So, I guess what I would really like to focus on in 2019 is using up some of my stash, at the same time as using the new stuff. So, which means I will have to scrap more, right? Let's see. What new product or technique would I like to try in 2020? Well, this is another really kind of hard one for me because I can't think of anything off the top of my head that I haven't really used. So the only thing I can think of is that I maybe haven't been doing mixed media as much lately, and so maybe incorporating that back into my I don't know what to call it, into my scrapping, I guess. Another thing is like Nuvo drops. A lot of people use those, and I have like maybe 3 or 4 colors of those, and I don't use them. And so I just need to use them and figure out what all the fuss is about and start using them more. So I would like to do that. But probably just more mixed media than I've done. I used to do a lot of it, and I haven't done as much of it recently. So I would just like to incorporate more of that. How many layouts would I like to set for or what kind of goal would I like to set as far as a number of layouts? And I don't really know the answer to this, but mainly because I don't know how many I've done in the past. Like, I've never really counted them. I've just done them. So I know I'm going to be 50 this year. So that was a number just popped into my head. So I want to do at least 50. But actually, kind of what goes with the next question is I'm going to have to do more than 50 because the next question is, what is one YouTube goal for 2020? And I would say that one of my YouTube goals is that I would love to be able to post regularly once a week at the least. So that would give me 52 layouts, right? So at least that many. And I would like to post more than once a week. But I think once a week is a really good goal considering that I haven't been posting lately. So that's one YouTube goal. Another one would be, I would really like to grow my audience, grow my channel a little bit. I've been thinking about how I might be able to do that, and one of the things that I would like to do is I would like to start some sort of a series or something on my channel. But I don't know what that is yet. If anybody has any ideas and you want to post that below, that would be great. I would love to take some things into consideration. I thought about doing something like scrapping your stash, because that is one of my goals, is I want to use up some of this stuff. And so using up some of that might be something. I know it's already been done, so I don't know. Maybe it doesn't matter if it's already been done. I know there's other YouTubers that do that, so maybe that's what I'll end up going with. But if anybody has any ideas for that, I would love to hear about them. So if you are not a regular to my channel, go ahead and subscribe because I really want to grow my YouTube channel. And check it out, see if there's anything that you like on my page and then or on my channel, and if you like it, then go ahead and subscribe. I thanks to Amy and Miranda for giving me the opportunity to do something, kind of go out of my comfort zone a little bit and do something new and different with this scrappy tag. And check out all of the people below so that you can visit their channels as well. Thanks a lot. If you'd like to stick something in the comments besides what you would like to see coming up in 2020 from me, I would love to hear any goals that you have for 2020, any goals that you have for in the area of scrapping. So thanks a lot for stopping by, and I will see you again soon.